Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are after market close on Monday, September 13th. We're going to take our Monday look at Palantir. I do cover Palantir every Monday, as I just indicated. So if you'd like to subscribe to the channel to make sure that you get those, this would be a good time to do that. So Palantir, if you're unfamiliar with the play that I have been looking at, a few things to note. So this is a Fibonacci extension level. This is looking at an impulsive move up to $27.50 and then a pullback to $20.55 and then starting an extension. I'm looking for this 100% extension level at $30.99. That's my current targets. I don't know if this is going to play out or not, but for now I think it's holding up pretty well. And we have had a bit of selling the last few days, but we've had our fair share of buying in between as well. So I don't think it's like looking like sheer sell-off in any way, shape, or form. The question here is a few key areas as far as I'm concerned. So one, there was this previous topping out area that we had highlighted here in the red. Now it stopped just shy of that and started to sell off a little bit. So I don't know if this is just making a nice stair-steppy type move up here, and this might prevent it from getting as much selling pressure at this level as it otherwise would have had if it had just made a full attempt at breaching this and heading toward this like 28.76 level or not. But what I'm looking for right now, what's most important to me, is this hold of the 200 MA at least. You see here, since these pullbacks started, we caught here on the 8th of September, the wick bouncing right off that 200. And then today, again, we see that wick bouncing right off that 200. So the next thing for me to look at is now that the body of the candle is here and we're closing at 25.83. This 20 MA is sitting at $25.44, so it's 39 cents below where the price action closed today. So I'm looking to see if that can hold next. If that can continue to hold, I think there's strong opportunity for us to go ahead and continue our move to retest $27 there. Now we'll need the MACD to flip. The other possibility that I see is we get sort of a brief retouching here of this 20 MA. In my mind, it can dip below the 20 MA. It's just a matter, the issue for me becomes if it turns that into resistance. But if it's just sort of trying to fight with it and pick a position, meaning does it want to pin itself to it and move sideways? Does it want to regain support and carry it up? Or does it want to truly test it and bounce off of it as resistance and then head down? So I think that we could see a little bit of peeling off here to appease what the MACD is showing, extended over the baseline, not even that high at all, not even as high as this previous run up, and give it a little bit of bearish room to pull back and lean into a little bit and then bounce off from there. But I wouldn't want to see it fall below this 200 for sure. I wouldn't want to see it come down and test this 24.54 again, obviously. But those are the things that I'm looking for the moment. Really interested to see what happens there at the 20 MA to see if this play is still alive or if it's sort of starting to fall apart. Now, if we look here on the daily side of things, I'm going to pop off the MAs and put on the VWAP. It did do a nice job today of really just like a second effort, if you even count this one. A slight, very brief reclaim there, but more than anything, that's obviously a failed reclaim. But on this second attempt and reclaim here, it was able to get it and then able to pop itself and keep this 25.77 that's on our extension levels as support when it tried to dip here toward the afternoon hours, or in the afternoon hours, and then holding nice and strong above the VWAP. So I am hopeful that tomorrow, potentially, this could be coming in for a relatively strong move. I think we do see a lot from day to day also that this tends to make these moves up around the 11:30 time frame, where it really starts to press on the bullish side of things for the day. You see here's like 11:30 time frame, and it's really trying hard to get established over the VWAP. This one came in much sooner, but it did all its testing of the VWAP in that time frame, but wasn't able to get much of anything going there. All right, this theory might be falling apart. I've been looking at timelines lately. That was playing out a couple of weeks ago. I was noticing that bump a lot, and it's just interesting that I see it again today. It's obviously not something I had looked really hard into. I'm doing it live here in the video, but sometimes when you can catch those things and see a pattern, even if it's relatively short-lived, and some sort of like timing questions throughout the day, it can help with intraday trading. But it may not be there today. So a bit about flow in large-scale orders today. Certainly nothing like we saw last Thursday, that huge pullout on the large-scale side of things. But just about evening each other out today, so slightly red on the outflow. But otherwise, I think it actually did. It looks like a down day, but I think it acted well intraday. So it's not making me super concerned based on this intraday movement today that we're going to see a larger pullback here in the immediate term. That could certainly all go by the wayside, and there's a lot of macro forces at play here too that draw a lot of things into question. But based on that movement intraday today, it doesn't give me a lot of concern that we're going to drop below this 200 for sure, and gives me a lot of hope that we can establish and carry on above the 20 MA and maybe just have a very brief kind of blip like you see here. It's very slight red, but it was below the baseline at that point. We're a bit more extended now, but certainly nowhere near overextended in my opinion from the MACD side of things. But obviously we'll see. That's just speculation on my part based on logicking my way through what I'm seeing there, but it could certainly go the other way, that's for sure. But for now, I'm keeping this play intact. I haven't made any changes to my swing trade positions based on looking for that $30.99 target. So if I do, I will certainly let folks know in a future Palantir video, just for the sake of sharing, not because I want anyone to follow me along for any of the rides. I'm hoping that folks can sort of gather some nuggets here that help them try to figure out their trading style and what it is that works for them and what doesn't. And certainly if I'm doing something here that works for me and it doesn't for you, you should absolutely toss it out the window in my opinion. So always keep that in mind for sure. But hopefully along the way you sort of just discover what it is that works for you by hearing about and seeing and testing a bunch of different things. All right, folks. Well, I will get off my soapbox and I'll let you get back to your evening or your day whenever you're watching this. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.